Guys, what's up? This is another English version of lecture, and this is for carbonyl amine reaction. I've already done the Hindi one, so whatever is your choice, you can go for that. So what this reaction is about? This reaction, in case you remember, I've already made a very short one describing what exactly happened during the reaction, but in a very short way, what I call the super short trick, right? My way. So there I explained you how a primary amine, when react with chloroform in presence of a basic medium, it converts into a false smelling compound, isocyanide. But then I also told you that I will do, the mechanism of this reaction in a separate lecture. That's what I'm, going to do right now. So this is going to be a really important and very mind-blowing topic. This is really one hell of a topic, and there will be one term coming up here. It's called carbene, and that's going to be, something you are doing it very first time and very important for the competitive section. So let's start there and see what the mechanism is. So the reaction start with the chloroform. So what I'm doing here, I'm placing, chloroform right here. Sorry. So in chloroform, you do know that there are 3 chlorine here, and with 3 chlorine, you have 1 hydrogen. This one react with KOH. This one react with KOH, right? But like you might be, you have gone through many reactions where I have described that this OH is a highly basic substance and it is so eager to come and get 1 proton, right? There is the proton. So what will happen? This OH will grab this proton and will come out in the form of water. So there is something happening, something usual. Now what result is coming out to be? This will become, this will become something like this. So in order to do so, the bond is breaking, but the electrons are moving to the carbon. So I'm writing the remaining part here. So you have now 3 chlorine. You have now 3 chlorine on the carbon with a lone pair, along with that a negative charge also. In the next step, what happened? You have to be very curious right here. There is one of the K plus that is still there, which was earlier with the KOH. This is highly electropositive, right? So being highly electropositive, this will attract one of these, what I will say, one of those most electronegative atom. And when K will attract either of them, what will happen? One of the bond will undergo cleavage. And this way, you get your KCl coming out as a byproduct. So what you are left with? You have now carbon, only 2 chlorines are left. And along with that, you have a, you have a negative charge. No, its negative charge is neutralized, so you only have a lone pair. Now this is what called dichlorocarbene. This is what something I was talking about. So this is called dichlorocarbene. And this is the first time, you come across a chemical species like this. And remember, this dichlorocarbene is electron deficient because there is just 1, 2, there are only 2 bonds and only 1 lone pair. So a total of 6 electrons are involving, so octet is still incomplete, right? So this will act as an electrophile, and it's definitely getting crazy to get 1 nucleophile. So now this will start the actual reaction, right? So this is called the initiating molecule. This is called initiating molecule. Initiating molecule. So how this molecule is going to start, let me take you through here. Now I'm taking this amine which was actually the reagent here. So RNH2 is in contact with the carbene where 2 chlorines are there. 2 chlorines are there here, and along with that carbon is having a lone pair, but it acting as an electrophile. This is an electrophile, but you do know nitrogen, because it has a lone pair, this will come out to rescue here, right? So there is your nucleophile going to help this carbon, and this carbon, just because of the help of the nitrogen, this lone pair will be utilized in order to make a bond. So this way you get your intermediate, which is nothing but this one. So RNH2, I'm placing those 2 hydrogen, one up here another down here, and this right way I am placing this carbon, right? Carbon with two of the chlorine. Now, something is coming up very important. Nitrogen, after giving its own electron, is now having a positive charge. Carbon, after receiving that electron, now has a negative charge, right? Now, it looks like we are moving towards the isocyanide. If you remember, isocyanide has a positive charge on nitrogen and negative on the carbon. Now, let's take the reaction ahead and see what happened. In the next step, what happened? Second molecule of KOH, actually the second molecule of the first one we have used here. Now the second KOH come in light. Now again something similar will happen. What will happen? This OH will take up this hydrogen and this potassium will take up one of the chlorine. So let's explain you how this happened. You know, this bond after breaking do not go to nitrogen and neutralize it. Instead, it goes to form a double bond, right? And then this bond undergo, you know, cleavage, but because here chlorine is electronegative, so this will be negatively charged. Now what is coming out to be? The first thing coming is H2O. The second thing coming up is KCl. Now whatever is remaining, I am going to put them back in a remaining compound. So what will happen? You know, there, you know, you have to concentrate, you know, like this is going to be R, you have N with one hydrogen here, and along with that you have a positive charge still. Now there you have a double bond, carbon. Now carbon is left only with the chlorine here. There is only one chlorine. Now what happened? There is, you know, one of the negative. You know, we are almost like reaching to the, you know, carbylamine and that very false smelling compound where. So what happened in the last step? Another molecule of KOH come in here. And again, very same thing happened. This OH will take up this hydrogen, K will take up the chlorine. So this is what going to happen. You know, this is what going to happen here. So there will be a triple bond now, and there will, you know, two of the byproducts coming out here is H2O and also the KCl. So after these two byproducts come out, this will remain as a isocyanide. So what isocyanide is here? You have RN. You have triple bond carbon with a negative charge and nitrogen with a positive charge. So this is your, you know, carbylamine coming out. So this is your carbylamine, which is resulting the foul smell. So foul smell is the foul smell. Right? So this is how actually the reaction initiate and comes to an end here, where a carbylamine is formed during the reaction, and this is how you get to know exactly how a primary amine form isocyanide, but a secondary amine will not go through the same reaction. Right? So that's how you come to know the chemical distinction for primary, secondary and tertiary, and also about the carbylamine formation. But remember, a very important chemical species that initiated the reaction is this one, which is called dichlorocarbene. So you have a carbene, you need to remember a carbene is a carbon, you know, where the octet is incomplete. That's very important thing is, and it acts as a electrophile, and whatever is there you have understand, and you just what you need to do, go with the go with the practice and do on your own, and let me know. I have to, you know, wind this lecture right here. I would say thanks for watching and take care.